All right, it is all caught up with Dillon Danis. He is being sued. He will have to go to court. He will have to spend a ton of money defending a lawsuit against Nina Agdal, the fiance of Logan Paul. Of course, Logan Paul is his opponent coming up. They're boxing October 14th. Logan Paul, Dillon Danis, KSI, Tommy Fury in the main event. And to promote the fight, to hype the fight, to get into his mind, to cause psychological trauma, to stir the pot, or just to be a general dickhead, whatever you want to call it, Dillon has gone to the next level. And listen, in terms of trolling, in terms of winding up your opponent, hey, listen, you say all's fair in love and war? Not really, but, you know, you got to give him A for effort. Let's be honest, because he is just pulling up picture after picture. She's with Leonardo DiCaprio and a bunch of other celebrities. I don't know if they're all, you know, involved, so to speak. But he did pull up a video of her on her Snapchat, which she alleges was hacked. She was hacked. Her Snapchat was hacked because she never made this video public where she's saying she's thirsty and she's looking for love, looking for a partner. And that is basically the basis of the lawsuit. Now, Dillon was avoiding this like the plague, and rightly so, because he thought, listen, if I don't get served papers, if I don't accept it, if I don't sign for it, then it won't go to court and everything will be fine. It'll all be hunky-dory and I'll just go on with my life. But it's all caught up with him. First of all, he said he was in Pyongyang, North Korea. Here's what he actually said. He said, get the fuck away from my door. He said, get the fuck away from my door taking pictures and shit. I'm in North Korea. Come find me. And then shortly after that, he posts a picture of Pyongyang airport where he says, just landed in Pyongyang, North Korea to start my training camp, right? It's clearly just a stock image of Google Images. I'm sure we can find one very, very easily. But as I say, he is funny. He is funny. Now, I'm not saying that it's funny what he's posting and all the rest of it. And poor old Nina is going through it and she's suing him. But he has also came out and said, Nina Agdal has filed a massive lawsuit against me. She filed a restraining order against me and is seeking prison time. So the fight is in jeopardy if I'm in jail. This is actually wild, but I won't stop. F the system. Come get me. Logan Paul is a dead man walking. But I know this is going to be a huge shock to you, but he wasn't in North Korea doing his training camp. He wasn't hanging out with Kim Jong-un or, you know, shooting hoops with Dennis Rodman. No. He was at home recently, and a video has surfaced of him actually getting served.
Oh, hey, sir. I have a document.
What's that for?
Mr. Danis?
That's on me.
Yes, that is. It's undocumented. It's documented, Mr. Danis. Mr. Danis, documented. You gotta take it.
All right, so there's Dillon. He's denying it's him at all. Walks into his apartment. The guy's like, I'm just going to leave it here on the floor, right? And Dillon thinks that's probably going to get him off, okay? Because technically he hasn't signed for it. But that's not the case. Listen, sadly, I've been sued a couple of times. I have been served legal papers, so I know a little bit about this. And even if you are able to avoid signing the paperwork, avoid being served, the lawsuit will still go ahead. The steps that have to be taken by someone that wants to sue is that they do have to try and serve you. But eventually, if they can't find you, if they can't locate you, they can still go ahead and serve you. And if you try and avoid it, avoid it at your peril, because a quick Google search, even though I've been sued a couple of times, I'm no legal eagle, I'm no expert on the matter. Quick Google search just told me, look, listen, the lawsuit can still proceed without you, and do that at your peril, because what will happen? Well, a judgment will be made against you. The lawsuit will go ahead. You won't be there to defend yourself. The judge will rule in favor of the person suing you. You will then have to pay all her legal costs and whatever the judgment is. Now, she's applying for something like $150,000 for every picture posted or something like that. I'm not sure the exact specifics of it, but it's mental. It's mental. You know what I mean? Now, I will say this. I don't think Dillon, other than that one video which she claims was hacked, the Snapchat one where she's, as I said, she's looking for a good time. She's looking for a partner, looking for a bit of comfort. She's lonely. It's cold. She wants warming up. She was single. She was single at that time. Nothing wrong with that. Free world. Apparently she was hacked. Okay, so that's the real basis of the lawsuit. All the other ones, if that is true, all the other ones, though, I'm sure you can just find them with a quick Google search online. Her and Leonardo DiCaprio and all these types of people. I don't know who they all are. I haven't spent too much time, but I just thought it was hilarious the way that Dillon is just avoiding it. I'm in Pyongyang. I'm hanging out with Kim Jong-un. I'm having my training camp. Now, look, listen, if he gets thrown in prison, nobody's going to get thrown in prison. The fight won't go ahead. But remember how we got here, okay? There's all this talk of Dillon pulling out, and he is a bit of a pull all-out merchant. I've grown to like him. Right? I didn't like him. I thought he was a prick. Well, he is a prick, right? But he was always talking shit to me. I went to New York to Madison Square Garden to a fight, and he was texting, oh, yeah, you're in my city. You should have checked with me before you came here. You're going to get it, and all the rest of it. That night, I believe he got slapped off Ali Abdelaziz and then thrown out the building. Don't think he'll be showing up at a UFC event anytime soon. Let's remember Khabib Nurmagomedov jumped over the top of the octagon and tried to, what do you call it? The wrestling move. Would he just fucking jump at them with the feet? Power slam, I don't know what you call it. He tried to do that to Dillon Danis and it all kicked off. Now, KSI, Tommy Fury, they're going to fight Dillon Danis. Okay, he's not a boxer. Logan Paul has boxed against Floyd Mayweather and against KSI. So who do I favour in that fight? Probably Logan Paul. Okay, let's be honest. I think naturally he's the bigger guy. Dillon's very good at jiu-jitsu, but you can't use any jiu-jitsu. But let's talk about the press conference that they had. And it was a few weeks ago, so this is definitely late to the party. But it was so funny. I mean, listen. Logan walks out, okay, he's got a picture of Dillon getting choked out by the chocolatier when he was saying, do you know who I am? And then he comes out with the cake, they all sing happy birthday, it's Dillon Danis all knocked out on a cake and he's got a little camel toe on display. Dillon walked out with a Monsters Inc. hat to try and troll him about that time where he went to the suicide forest and did a video of someone actually hanging from a rope, which is very distasteful, and it actually ended up costing Logan Paul $3.5 million, allegedly in sponsors. That's a lot of sponsors. I don't know how true that is, but that's what it says online. And then it all continued from there, okay? Now, the whole time they're having this whole shit show, okay? While Dillon's talking crap and Logan's going back at him. They're going back and forth. And I'll be honest, it was very entertaining, kept my attention. John Fury, no man alive, is sitting there with his son, Tommy Fury, who's boxing KSI. And he is a real fighting man, okay? And he just wants to get down to the business. He wants to get down to the boxing, right? And they want to be center of attention, right? They're the main event for crying out bloody loud. And, well, they're not talking about that. They got all this nonsense going on. And in the end, you've seen it by now. John Fury just flips out. Right, that's it. War.
Can anybody question who I am here? If I say, come on, get it,
First of all, slams on the desk, throws the table, gets up, it all kicks off. An absolute shit show, but it was absolutely hilarious. Now, Tommy Fury versus KSI, again, I'm just going to say I favour KSI. I haven't spent too much time analysing the skills of KSI. I trained with him a long time ago. He's very, very athletic, and since then he's clearly got better, and the man can box a little bit, you know, even if sometimes he's elbowing people into unconsciousness. So it should be a fun one. I hope they all make tons of money. I hope the whole thing's a success. Logan Paul, Dillon Danis, that's going to be Logan more than likely. Some training footage came out recently. Logan was taking the piss out of it, saying, look how crap this is. And he said that he doesn't even use lace-up gloves.
All right, my opponent, Dillon Danis, uploaded some sparring footage. We're going to review the tape, see what we're dealing with. Okay, so he's sizing him up, and he... Okay. All right, stop. First off, who is this rectangle supported by a couple toothpicks? Second off, I want to talk about this punch. I've never seen this punch before. What the is this? Is it an uppercut or a cross? Maybe it is a real punch. And Dillon knows something we don't. You and I are not the same, buddy. Look how you throw body shots. It's a gunshot, kid. Not surprising. Dillon doesn't take boxing serious. He got Velcro gloves. He don't even lace up. He got Skechers on his hands. You box like you put together sentences. You can't.
Look at the Velcro on the glove. Well, that doesn't matter, okay? Having all the gear but no idea doesn't matter, okay? And that shows a little bit of, not immaturity, but a little bit of, you know, wannabe syndrome from Logan Paul, if I'm honest, not trying to rip on the guy, but you know what I mean? When you go, he doesn't have the correct gloves. He doesn't even lace them up. I went through my entire career using Velcro gloves. Because guess what? They're easy to get on and off. And when you're doing jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, wrestling, and all the rest of it, you want to get on and off quickly. I could have had Jason Perillo. I own lots of lace-up gloves, but they're just a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? What you're doing is showing up. You're trying to train to fight. You're not trying to be a poser and say, look at me, I'm so professional. I've got all the correct equipment. But still, the footage of Dillon sparring didn't look the best. Logan is very athletic, and he's probably a bigger man as well. But still, Anyway, Dillon Danis is currently in Pyongyang or LA or New York, wherever that apartment was. I don't know about that. But this whole thing, it just continues to get, I'll be honest, hilarious. It's amusing. I hope the fight goes down. Apparently, there's $100,000 fine for Dillon to pay if he doesn't show up. Conor McGregor's got involved. Apparently, he's bet $250,000 on Danis to win. Logan tried to up it to $2 million, something like that. These guys throw around a lot of big numbers. I mean, listen, they're successful people, all right? God bless them all. Keep the entertainment coming, but for crying out loud, let's have more of John Fury, because that was by far the best bit when he flipped the table. No man alive. Let's talk about the fighting. Right, anyway, there it is. There's your update. Take care, subscribe, ring the bell. See you soon.